Kuna nini? Kuna nini whatever?
On like ningependa kujua mbona mbona kujazilia
Hakuna nini. And then 2021 albums, Kenyan albums zenye zimetoka this far, tunadai kuzidiscuss na kuziongelea na kumake our lists out of projects zimetoka this year. On your side, umekuwa ukisikiza which Kenyan albums za 2021, which albums have been on your playlist, na umekuwa ukiziweka on rotation. As we have a conversation, pia feel free kushare list yako kwa comment section na utuambie maoni yako kuhusu the albums that we will have on our list.
My number one project, okay, it wasn't a number 5. Okay, I don't have 5 projects, I'm gonna 4 projects because a lot of projects this year have been underwhelming. And this list contains, or at least lacks EPs. So yeah, this is my list of top 4 projects. Yeah, this is Metokea this year. Thus far, we are halfway through the month. So number 4, we have Hadithi za Kifahari by Ambrizo, Bax, and Gaiza. I loved the project mostly because, okay, it's a hip hop album project. It's a hip hop album, and generally, I'm a big fan of hip hop albums. So that's one thing, I guess, and it's a properly done hip hop album based on the verses written and the production and everything, and most especially the reason why it features on my top 5 list ni juu the production inanikumbusha nini this Odyssey type of production, this Apollo Brown type of production that I really love when it comes to hip hop. Those two people, Odyssey na Apollo Brown, are the guys when you quite literally wameshikilia my hip hop playlists so far. So I just love listening to hip hop that sounds like that. So kupata such an album in Ambrizo, Bax, and Gaiza was something that I actually love. And also the fact that Ambrizo is a producer in one of my favorite albums before, so I tend to gravitate towards your sound. I just like that sound yamefanya juu it's nearly inanikumbusha the song he did in Knowledge na Mashairi by Rumi Swahili, and it was amazing. So number 3, it's Masterpiece by Juliani. It's a gospel album. I'm a Christian, so I've always been looking for Christian hip hop albums to listen to, and this project had a few songs that I really loved, that I really get myself playing over and over and over, which are Stories Atene and Nini Inheritance Yakamba. These are songs that have been written well. The production is amazing. Halafu there was varying production types throughout the album, which is also a reason why I keep going back to that album. Heart and Soul is number 2 in my top 4 list, and the reason is Victoria Gishora is a very soulful person, and I love the music. I loved especially the production. There were a little bits hapo katikati penye me and my friends who review albums we had issues with, but in general it was a really good album that I just find myself nikiwa I don't know, it's just heartfelt. Niko single. I really hope not for long though, which means this is an album that sings that I feel in a way deeper level than I'm supposed to. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, listening to this album, I enjoyed it. I'll listen to it a lot. If I get a person, I'll make them listen to it. And yeah, that is my number 2 album by Victoria Gishora. The production was good, the keys were good, the vocals were amazing. Yeah. Number 1, the crown jewel, I have a feeling itakuwa tu my best hadi December. Juu Kenyans, we rarely make good albums, but we do make good albums. Yeah, number 1 is Kizwa Healing by Maovete and Kitusiwa. Ninaisi mo iko na Kitusiwa. So the production was good. There were some hitches in some songs where Kitusiwa sounded like ali record mali pengine, alafu the verse was ililetwa ikafixiwa. But besides that, it's an album yenye I rarely skip a song. So nikijipata nasikiza, okay, the only skippable song is the last song in Yomeka. It's like a remix to a song that is already inside the album. I felt ni kama repetition, and the album could have done without it. So yeah, I loved the intro, loved the album throughout. Loved Kitisi was verses. Some hooks were ish, but Maovete as a duo, I think it's a duo, did a really great job in the verses and the hooks and the production. So yeah, that is my number one project, and I really hope it holds up at the end of the year, which I really hope it doesn't, because that will mean kuna another project itatokea that's better than that. But who knows, we will see what happens when that happens.
Haya, maoni yenu ni yepi kuhusu list ya Musoti mwenye alihepa kikao?
Sijui kana najua mawazo yake on nini masterpiece.
Nami pia.
On masterpiece?
Yeah. So it's Hadiza Kifahari,
then masterpiece,
and
then
masterpiece, then Heart to Soul, then Kiswahili.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only ones tunajua sentiments zake on the first two.
Yeah.
Kiswahili na Heart to Soul.
Heart to
Soul. Hatujui kuhusu nini.
Why
Number 3 and number 4 Hadiza Kifahari na masterpiece.
What made to Musoti? Because but I don't know. Niko curious why I'm najua Kiswahili was a standout for him, but I don't know, considering he also liked Heart to Soul. What is it about Kiswahili that edged Heart to Soul in the whole whatever? Ningetaka kujua, but
I think based on comments zake kuhusu hiyo project, I'd say production.
Or production.
The samples.
Or the samples.
The samples kwa Kiswahili
were better than the instrumentation of
and
Heart to Soul.
How zilifanywa na venye zilimixiwa na hip hop. Alipenda sana the production kwa Kiswahili. Alipenda the samples sana na pia alipenda
pia alipenda sana rapi. Alipenda hiyo
the writing. So but mostly alisema production ilikuwa highlight kwake with the samples, the African samples. Alini sana. So I think that would be the reason why Musoti, kama unaona for me ni ku understand ni aje
masterpiece
hiyo arrangement ya masterpiece kukuja after Heart to Soul.
Yeah.
Kuna nini? Kuna nini whatever
on like ningependa kujua mbona kujazilia
hakuna nini. And then zuzi ilikuwa ni gani tulifanya? I think ilikuwa on the top 5 EPs of 2021 which you should watch. Ni hii za Kifahari Musoti. Hadithi za Kifahari. Wewe usikia project yao. Usikia project. Tafadhali share with our viewers your list.
Originally I had 4.
Now you have 6.
Yeah, but then Musoti I include Kiswahili, and I remember that I included Kiswahili in
hip hop projects.
Hip hop so
so me too.
No. So I'm thinking of niongeze kwa list yangu ya top 5 albums so far. But then
ukuisikia
sisikia yote.
Nina shangali why even considering it as it.
No, because okay, number 4 I don't know. Sinani nimesikia my.
So pia uko na 4 sawa.
Sinani nimesikia my
number 4,
but it might be a little bit surprising. Number 4 Brian Nadra with Adrenaline.
Unajua nilikuwa na feeling it would be in my list but sikuisikiza.
It's a overthink the vibe. Overthink the vibe. There's one particular line. There are a few lines that would annoy you, and the features were not as strong. I mean, it kinda like Bonai, Concodi, Sufuri.
Decimal.
Yeah. So
that's 4. That's number 4.
Number 4. Yeah. Brian Adrenaline is fun album, catchy hooks, comical writing. I mean, the album starts with Lingala, and then goes like it's
curious.
Yeah, it's a fun listen, just easy to kusikiza. Number 3, I was kind of confused between number 3 and number 2. Number 3 is like I had to soul. Amazing instrumentation, but as you guys, for those who've watched our review of it, najua nilipenda sana the instrumentation. My issue with Hard to Soul, and number 2 is Masterpiece. Now nilikuwa torn between which issue is more significant. Yeah, and I felt because my issue with Hard to Soul was the writing wasn't as immersive, because they felt like she didn't really give it her all. Whereas Masterpiece, my issue was the whole resolution of the whole thing. They feel the resolution thing is not as massive of an issue as immersive, right? So yeah, that's why number 3 is Hard to Soul, number 2 is Masterpiece. Number 1, I give it to Jack with Journey of the Soul. Amazing project. The instrumentation was just pristine. It was nice. I think there's only one song that has singing, and the rest just instrumentation. So it's nice to kind of, plus the whole thing is called Journey of the Soul. It will be kind of hard to journey, for your soul to journey when someone is busy singing or rapping, interfering with the process. So those are my top 4 albums of the year so far. Adrenaline, Hard to Soul, Masterpiece, and Journey of the Soul.
Of course, nilikuwa najua Journey to the Soul, of course ilikuwa hapo.
Yeah.
To Soul, of course lazima iko hapo.
Yeah,
na Masterpiece, of course lazima iko hapo. Ingine sikuwa najua.
Yeah. Adrenaline.
A lot to do with soul, I see.
Yeah, man.
Are you soulless looking for one?
You never know, man.
Woo.
You never know.
Woo. Okay. I like the list, and I think most of the projects zenye umeweka hapo ni projects zenye umependa.
Yeah.
This year, so hakuna surprises.
There haven't been that many Kenyan albums as compared to EPs.
Yeah.
And even zenye zimetoka haven't been as strong. I mean, it's an album, people. It's an album. I'm quite serious.
Na any other thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Very curious. Akona tatu pekee.
Of course niko na tatu. Number 5. Heart to Soul.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 5, Antidote.
We know you. We know you.
Victoria Gishoras. Heart to Soul. Heart to Soul. Number 4. Shocky. This is Shocky.
Kitenge.
Me or
Bottom.
Only one.
Simple.
Okay.
Boy, sijaisikiza album, so.
Number 3, Journey of the Soul. Number 2, Masterpiece. Number 1, Kiswahili.
Going to like a greatness.
Did he have nini of a Masterpiece kwa Kiswahili?
Yeah.
He did.
It would be weird. Like kwa hip hop like Masterpiece, lakini kwa album ni Kiswahili.
We're very keen on inconsistency.
We like
Any nini kuhusu?
No. I mean,
Mbona nitoka kwa surprise kuhusu
Simple
Heart? Yeah.
hapa sababu najua sentiments zenyewe tukifanya review.
no, but mimi sikusikiza.
Msumsa tu nini?
Lakini
Kwa nini sentiments?
lakini najua sentiments zenyewe.
Heart to Soul, a recent
number 4.
project imeweka kwa list yako. Any
Kwa sababu like ukikompare kama vile tumesema kuja kwa na projects albums kibao as compared to the EPs, na pia you had to Soul yenyewe like as an album it was a good album. Ni vile pia hata mimi I found the writing not as compelling, but like it sounded really nice and she sang beautiful.
Ulipanda mlima na Jack na but include
lakini nakumbuka nikisema ndio nilipanda mlima, lakini niliendelea nikigrow into it like on the first listen nikisikiza I was like there's no singing, there's no nini, and then tulifika mtu akiimba was like I no longer want the singing, you
I
know.
remember.
I remember, like, cause I had gotten now into the project itself in terms of now the instrumentation and the lack of singing. Although it's something I'm still like with other projects. Nikienda kaa with Disment nini
Sketches.
yeah, Disment sketches pia. Because maybe Jack opened the doors for Disment sketches.
Yeah, man. He took your soul on a journey, and your soul found
room for that.
for
Nini.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My top 5. Number 5 is ulikuwa na 4. My number 5 ni Had the Band na Simple Man. My number 4 ni Victoria Gishora na Had to Soul. My number 3 ni Kiswahili Kitusua na Maovete. Number 2 ni Masterpiece ya Juliani, and number 1 ni Journey of the Soul ya Jack Muguna.
Yeah, we basically have the same listening glue, man.
Interchange.
To interchange the 4 na 5 and then 3 na 1.
Simple Man imekuwa namba?
Imekuwa 5 na nini?
Hapana.
Imekuwa number 4. Imekuwa number 4. Na yako ilikuwa number 5.
Yangu ilikuwa number 5.
And then nini? Maovete yangu ilikuwa number 1, yako ilikuwa number 3, and Journey nini same. Yangu ilikuwa number 3, yako ilikuwa number 1.
Niko interested after nikienda kusikiza Brian Nadra, because you guys both have 5 in your top 5. After Meskiza, you know, he hit me up in the DM. Yeah, and let me know if there's if it would crack your top 5.
Okay.
You know which one you'd substitute. Niko very curious.
Nilikuwa curious sana kuisikia, but who get the chance of kuisikiza before to make the list. But of course, by the time tunafika the end of the year, because tumesikiza a lot of projects. I think kitu moja yenye nimenotice in terms of projects which niko cautious about with Adrenaline. Niko na tracks ngapi?
I think
9.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's past 10. I thought it was 10. Because the thing is, the longer the projects, the larger the room. You have to make an error. The larger the room,
here's the thing.
I couldn't the project.
Like I said with an Adrenaline, it's just a fun. You know, the
Umepigia debe.
no,
Relax. Sasa tusikize kwanza.
sijapigia debe.
Umelipa the decimal.
It's just a fun project. Yeah, it's just
Umelipa na nini?
yeah.
Hizo ndo kuna any other thing?
No.
Actually
ni 7.
Yeah.
No, 8. Yangu ina load. 9. It's weird though. I like Nviri when he's being featured on other people's songs. By Kongoma, because he has a song there.
Ngoma zake haumhisi kabisa.
Nah, man, no.
A quick recap ya our top 5 lists. Mosoti alikuwa na 4. Number 4 alikuwa na Hadithi za Kifahari, Ambrizo, Bax na Gaiza. Number 3 alikuwa na Masterpiece Juliani. Number 2 alikuwa na Victoria Gishora, Heart to Soul. And number 1 ilikuwa Kiswahili. Irauka list yako.
Heart to Soul, Victoria Gishora, number 5. Number 4, Simple Man, Had the Band. Number 3, Journey of the Soul, Jack Muguna. Number 2, Masterpiece Juliani. Number 1, Kiswahili, Maovete X Kitusua.
Roger.
Alright, on coming in at number 4 is Brian Nadra with an Adrenaline. Number 3 is Victoria with Heart to Soul. Number 2 is Juliani with Masterpiece. And for my top album of the year 2021 so far, we're in June, remember that, is Journey of the Soul by the man himself, Jack, under the Nairobi Horns project. Amazing album.
Only review mtapata maoni kuhusu the project. My number 5, Simple Man had the band. Number 4, Gishora Victoria na had to soul. Number 3, Kiswahili Kitusua na Maovete. Number 2, Masterpiece ya Juliani. Number 1, Journey of the Soul ya Jack Muguna. Tuambie albums umekuwa ukisikia this year. Tuko June venye Roger amesema which projects have been on heavy rotation on your side. Now as you've said again, pia ni mention kwa hii list I only have one album that I enjoyed fully.
Journey of the Soul. Yeah, even me.
Yeah.
Just Journey of the
So
Soul.
again kuna hiyo issue, kuna hiyo concern ya ku make an album that inajaribu sana ku minimize on the errors and the inconsistencies. It seems it's a difficult sort of pursuit. According to how nimekuwa nikifeel kuhusu the albums nimesikiza this year.
Though with Had to Soul, you mentioned something about most of them were singles she released before, and then I think that's one of the issues where
it affects the album.
Where most artists don't approach an album writing every single song afresh, singing any
na flow from one
idea. I think most of them go like, yo, I have these few songs and they can kind of work with this concept, so let's see how
tunaweza stitch together.
Yeah.
Tuambie kenye umekukisikiza, tuambie your top 5 Kenyan albums za 2021 thus far kwa comment section, na asante sana kwa kuwatch.